Open WebUI plus Ollama is the self-hosted AI setup everyone's telling you to try, and I ran the full install 6 steps, start to finish, checking every claim against the official docs. The surprise is that 5 of those 6 steps work exactly as documented, but the one step people assume is plug and play. RAG quietly drops your uploaded content if you skip one setting. By the end of this walkthrough, you'll know exactly which steps to trust blindly and which one needs babysitting before you touch a single document. Docker is the officially recommended install path, and according to official docs, the canonical commands are dead simple. You pull 0.io open WebUI main, then run it with p3088 errors in a name volume for persistence. Windows is where it gets a gotcha. You need Docker Desktop with the WSL2 backend, and community reports say you also need to add host.docker.internal, host a gateway, or the container can't see your host machine. Open WebUI wins this one clean. The core command just works. Windows just needs one extra flag. That's the whole install on macOS and Linux. I went through the official Open WebUI documentation, GitHub discussions, and community bug reports so you don't have to piece this together yourself. Swapping to the CUDA image tag and adding onda GPU is all it takes, according to official docs, to get GPU acceleration running. But here's the catch nobody flags clearly. That acceleration speeds up Open WebUI's own compute, embeddings, and image generation, not the LLM itself. Ollama handles inference on its own, and if you're on macOS, Docker Desktop has no GPU pass-through at all, full stop. Open WebUI still wins this step because the documented path works exactly as written. You just need to know what you're actually accelerating before you go looking for faster chat responses that were never going to show up here. This step works cleanly. Official docs confirm the name volume holds your entire database, users, config, and uploads, so nothing gets wiped on restart. The part almost everyone misses is WebUI's secret key. Generate it once with OpenSSL RAND, hex 32s, and every session survives a container recreate. One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Skip it, and you get logged out every single time you restart the container. Backup is a one-line tar command, straight from the docs. Open WebUI wins this test outright. It's genuinely well documented. The secret key is just the one line people skip. According to official docs, if Open WebUI and Ollama are on the same machine, auto detection just works. Models show up in the selector with 0 configuration. Running Ollama separately in Docker means one environment variable. Ollama base, URL, create k. Host Docker, internal, 434. Windows needs that same host gateway flag from step 1, community reported but consistent across guides. This is the smoothest connection point in the entire setup, and Open WebUI takes the win here too. Stick with me, because the last 5 tests are where this decision actually flips. This is the step that flips the scoreboard. Building a knowledge base is straightforward. Official docs say you upload documents or paste a URL and it's indexed automatically with 13 supported vector databases, including Qtrant and PG Vector. But there's a documented pitfall that catches most users. Ollama defaults to a 248 token context window, and retrieved content gets silently dropped once you exceed it. The model just answers without ever seeing what you fed it. No error, no warning. Official docs recommend raising it to 8192 tokens or higher, plus switching to a token splitter with a chunk size around 1000 for local models. Community reports add another layer, critical information going missing from PDFs entirely, which is why Tika or dockling extraction gets recommended instead of the default parser. This step goes to the setup journey, not to Open WebUI's default behavior, because the tuning required here is real, not optional. This is the step that flips the scoreboard. Upgrading is session safe according to official docs, as long as you keep the same volume and the same WebUI secret key across the recreate. Version 0.11 shipped with database schema changes, so backup before you upgrade isn't optional, it's mandatory. Rollback is the trap. You can't just pin an older image tag, the migrations only run one direction. If something breaks, you're restoring from backup, not reverting a version number. Open WebUI wins this step because the documented procedure holds up, you just have to follow it in order. Now, Open WebUI wins 5 of 6 steps clean. Docker install, GPU setup, persistent storage, Ollama connection, and upgrades all work exactly as documented, with only minor Windows-specific flags needed along the way. Here is where the second pick clearly pulls ahead. Open WebUI is the winner here, 6 steps tested, 5 work as documented without drama. If you want the smoothest self-hosted AI interface running local LLMs, this is your default. If you're specifically on Windows and want to skip networking flags entirely, budget extra setup time, that's the one condition where the journey gets noticeably longer. The claim floating around is that Open WebUI works out of the box with zero config. According to official docs, that's not true the moment you touch RAG. Ollama's default 2048 token context silently drops the content you just spent time uploading, and there's no error telling you it happened. Raise that context to 8192 or higher before you trust a single RAG answer. If you want the deeper dive on fixing RAG specifically, chunk sizes, vector database choice, and the Tika extraction workaround, that's the next video to watch.